Good afternoon, class. Have you ever watched a baseball game and a batter hit the ball and breaks, and the bat breaks, and miraculously hit a home run? And you ask yourself, damn, he hit the hell out of that ball. But what if I told you in the same game, similar situation happened? Batter hit the ball, bat breaks, but the outfielder catches your ball. Nothing gets worse when somehow you manage to hit a ball going 95 miles an hour and the outfielder catches your ball. But then the umpire checks your bat and out of nowhere throws you out of the game. Hi, my name is John Faulkner, and I'm here to educate my audience of how baseball bats are made legally and illegally. Here, there are some individuals that don't know the consequences of a bat being corked or not, and it is important to know the corrections and the legalities to bring bats in the game for fairness purposes. I'm a current avid watcher of baseball, and I know a friend's father that played for the Tampa Bay Rays. And every time he comes back home and I visit the family, he always teaches me the do's and don'ts of baseball. First, I will go over the differences of how Major League Baseball wants their bats to be made legally and the illegal way. Secondly, I will explain to my audience of why players get kicked out for bad bats and the consequences that come for those actions that follow. I will explain the multiple processes of how baseball bats are made the right way. According to How It's Made, a YouTube channel that shows the audience how stuff is made, they weigh the lumber that the player wants, for example, maple ash or regular ash, and usually that weighs around 7.4 pounds. Then they use pointed prongs or a point holder at the ends of the lumber to hold the wood together so it won't slip. Then they spin the wood while the sharp cutter makes the wood into a more rounded shape. This technique of the machine that is being used is called an X and Y machine. Then the manufacturers put a rounded blank in place called the library. And there are so many bat blanks that they have to label for other batters across the league for customization purposes. Then the manufacturer selects a random bat that specifies the model and size and weighs it again and makes sure that the player order one. This time the bat is significantly lighter and went from 7.4 pounds to 4.3 pounds. Then the computer cut the bat and guides the cutter as it moves across the bat as it gets to the middle of the blank. It fiddles around 2.5 centimeters across the blank to form into a handle. This process generally takes about 3 passes to make a rough draft of a baseball bat. After this process, it goes through a weighing process again, sanding process, chiseling process, and then a painting process. After all that, the bat weighs around 1.8 pounds at the end. Now I'm going to explain how a bat is illegally made according to the Major League Baseball standards and what kind of substances that are being used in these bats and what gives the batter an advantage over everybody else. According to JustBats.com, an illegal bat, or in Major League Baseball terms, a cork bat, is a modified baseball that is being filled with a lighter, less dense substance in order to make the bat significantly lighter. According to Mighty Goat video, does a cork baseball actually work? Baseball bat actually work, I'm sorry. What do they do with the bat is they drill a hole on top and then they maybe around 15 to 12 to 15 inches and they put cork shavings inside and seal the bat with a sealant and then boom, it's finished. According to Major League Baseball Rule 6.06 states that it's not that the bat being lighter than makes a cork bat illegal because it's because the lighter wood bats are shorter than heavier bats, and the bat is no longer one piece solid wood. The reasoning behind cork bats being illegal is because it gives the batter major advantages like faster swings, less weight of the bat, which makes it easier to swing, and the cork or the illegal substance that is inside of the bat makes the bat act more like a sponge than a spring, Because of the reduced weight, it transfers astronomically less force when it hits a baseball. So the cork absorbs some, if not majority, of the impact. Now I'm going to tell you guys the players that were suspended for these actions and give the reasoning for why they did it. According to Eric Shaw's 7 hitters who will go down as in history as cheaters, stated that there are surprisingly only 6 players that were caught doing these type of acts throughout Major League Baseball history. I'm only going to explain 3 for now. In 1974, Greg Nettles was suspended for 10 days for having 6 Super Balls inside of his bat, and his excuse was for the offense was he received the bat from a fan as a gift. In 1987, Billy Hatcher was suspended also for 10 days for having a cork back, and his excuse for the offense was he borrowed it from his pitcher. In 2003, Sammy Sosa, who is perceived as one of the greatest baseball players of all time, was suspended for 8 games for his actions, and his excuse was the bat was meant to be only for batting practices. This action alone tarnished Sosa's career and jeopardized his Hall of Fame stature because of this action. Today, I have informed you a crazy difference of how baseball bats are made illegally, legally, and illegally. I also informed you about the differences between a legal bat with no substance and an illegal bat with substance and how significantly of an advantage it has on the opponent. So when you see an ump or umpire in short terms pick up a bat and throw somebody out of a game, at least with the information that was given to you in this presentation, you at least know the behind the scenes. Thank you.